Pin the mirrors back and go full strip.
And to give this time to the tailback. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a first down for the Redskins on a pickup of 11.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
To throw on 3rd down. Fields nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26.
Lucky. Switch. Slam. Check. Fresno. Let's go. Great. Come on now. Let's go. Bang. Recon, 132 fighter.
Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. He'll have a first down past the 40. The 40. Past the 20. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 35. Big yardage that time for the Redskins. And even 40 yards. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington first down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this is taken in for a Redskins touchdown. Michael Thomas, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11.
Check nickel.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 10 yards there and an Eagle first down. Boy, some big runs here, Charles, already in this first quarter.
Yep, the lanes are there. Go ahead and exploit them. But what I like the most, how decisive he is, putting his foot in the ground and going.
Right back to Sanders on first down. And he's got this down to the 35. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Wentz. And he's got his man on the out route. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Switch. Man fly 7.
They'll run on first down. It's Sanders. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
And it is still early, just the first quarter. But you start prorating the numbers, and we might be in for some history. I mean, that last run puts him over 100 yards already, and we've still got 3 quarters to go.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Sunday. Bravo.
56, Mike, 56.
To throw, it's Wentz. That is caught inside the 5. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Dallas Goedert, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Eagles have taken the lead. Elliott good on the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored point.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Dante Fowler able to get him for a loss of about 3. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Operating from the gun. Fields under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Mike 41, we've got a wedge down. Switch up.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Slings this deep from McLaurin. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Well, we quit counting yardage on that one, didn't we? That was truly 3rd and a mile, wasn't it?
It was. I thought they might just go underneath, but they didn't. They wanted to get the first down there.
Yeah, they tried to pick up the huge chunk unsuccessfully. I'm with you. I would have tried to take some yardage just to gain some field position.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. The run defense, they have been porous at times today, but not that last go-around.
No, they really tightened it up, didn't they? They finally got themselves a win because all game long we've seen them get gashed. This time they played their responsibilities, played their keys, and made a nice stop.
Here we go.
Now on 2nd and 13. Wentz. Looking right sideline. That's complete.
Complete to number 17. 12 yards on the play. But it's 3rd down.
Here we go. 50. 357. Hey, Alpha. Mike's 50.
From midfield, here's Wentz. And he connects with Ertz. An Eagle first down there, Wentz to Ertz, and the names that end in TZ.
First down.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
All day, every day, any day.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Wide, get wide. Hey, kill. Hey, force, don't kill. SOS.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. They'll throw out wide, complete to Sanders. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So now then, the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal.
He's checking. Crash. Check safety. Shoot. Watch the shoot. Kill.
Wentz on the give to Sanders. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Elliott good with a PAT. And it's now 21-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
But one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Mike's 50, Mike. Watch the run. Safe.
On third down, Fields. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that'll be incomplete. Now, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty. And it's 4th down.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up first downs. So far, 0 for 3 on third down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
And this will be touchdown across midfield at the 45-yard line.
Let's go. 45-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle first down.
And an Eagle first down.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. Throwing on first is Wentz. And he whips that one incomplete there. He was looking for Miles Sanders out of the backfield. And now it's 2nd down. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. Shotgun snap and then the give to Sanders. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. there. Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Straight 15. Straight 15.
Shotgun now for Wentz. That is caught inside the 5. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Carson Wentz with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Elliott good on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's going to be out of bounds here as the run back will leave him shy of the 20-yard line.
Here we go.
At their own 18-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They go play action here on 1st down. Looking left sideline, it's complete. That goes for a gain of 31. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well. They'll get a few stops.
The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Fields. He sets to fire deep. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. A big play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Redskins are able to cut into that deficit. Point after, right down the middle. And that cuts the lead to 28-14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
The pass there over the middle to start things out. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Sunday. 22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber. 955.
Now Wentz. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker complete. 20, 10, touchdown, Philadelphia. 3 touchdown passes now for Carson Wentz. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive. And it seemed like they had maybe given up momentum. But not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again. And you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo and didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
The Redskins take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at that.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
To the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. Now, they try to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be third down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Hey, 4-1 Mike, 4-1.
From the gun, Fields. He's going to float this one deep right side. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. He was trying to hit Thomas that time.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on third and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they've got him blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
But just 18 seconds remain till halftime as they come up on 1st and 10. So after the INT, here's Wentz. He's going to sling this deep downfield. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. A big play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Elliott good with a PAT. And the route is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line.
The Redskins take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
A final shot before break. Fields. He's going to wind up and air it out. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. And it's third down. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. A final shot before break. Fields. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators, they sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I'll guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach, we can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
A first down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Black, come on. Alert flare. 46 down, man, 5-4. Check 99. Hey, switch gears. Here. He's coming. Double up.
They'll go again with Sanders. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
56 is the mic. Sunday. Hey, high 7. 56. 56. You must be dreaming.
Wentz now on first down. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain.
Check the outs, check the outs, check the outs.
From the red zone now, Wentz escaping the pressure right. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders there to make the grab as his guys continue to pour it on. Elliott now to add the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And to give this time to the tailback. He'll only get a couple up to about the 30. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. I think you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again. Mike 52, Mike 52. So we got man. 5-2 is the Mike. Mike 5-2.
They're going to try and throw. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
A lack of discipline defensively on fourth down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10.
Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship.
Devontae Freeman, they're not going to get him. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Devontae Freeman, his first touchdown of the new season. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. A PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play. So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Next to score, Eagles 56, Redskins 14. Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, "Wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys."
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. And a very good return as he'll take it all the way up to the 40-yard line. Thomas, the intended target.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Orbit. Mike, 56, right there, 56. You got nothing today. You got nothing.
Wentz now on first down. He gets it into the arms of Parker, complete. And another mistake here defensively as a flag is down on the tackle, and that's going to tack on 15 more. And now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Here's Sanders. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
49, check 49. Check 3, check 9, check 9. Switch.
Throwing his Wentz. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. As his guys are in for 6. As his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead will swell by one more.
63, Redskins 14.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. So the penalty now moves it up. It's 2nd and 10.
Here I come.
Throwing again. Fields. Open man is Jacob Hollister. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Give him 6 on the play, and they're going to face a third down. Off-play action. Fields. Flush to his right. On the run. He'll let this go deep right side. That's caught at the 25. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Terry McLaurin, his second touchdown on the season. And the Redskins are able to at least knock this deficit down a bit. Now the try here for the point after. So they get one score back, but still a long ways to go here in this third quarter.
63, Redskins 21.
I guess the last score wasn't enough for them. They want more. Here comes an onside kick. And the Eagles hands team able to cover it up. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
81.
On first down, Wentz. Flushed out right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up.
A 3-yard gain on the play brings up 3rd down.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down.
Defense, keep it up, guys.
Hey, 74.
55.
Hey, Delta.
Defense wins championship.
Now Wentz. And he will find his man on the outside. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11. Wentz now 13 of 15 passing. That's good for 87%. It's 1st and 10.
6 guys. Check 6 guys. Mike's 50. Mike.
Wentz going to throw. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
2 Jack.
50, Mike's 50. Check.
On 2nd down, it's Sanders. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
Wentz. Got a man open. It's Ertz. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Zach Ertz, his second touchdown on the season as his guys continue to pour it on. Elliott good with a PAT, and that will extend this big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
The Redskins take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you...
It got his man complete. And all the way down to the 35. A huge play there for Washington, and even 40 yards. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Operating from the gun, Fields. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. Second and 3. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 13-yard line.
That's another Washington Redskins first down.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on 1st down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're either throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the side.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Dante Fowler able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. On 4th down, Fields. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Redskins are able to get a score back. Point after, up and good as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Eagles dodge a bullet. They cover it up. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. A 22-yard touchdown grab as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And, my friend, I think it's safe to say that this game is pretty much deceased at this point. It's taken a knee, so to speak.
It is definitely this victory formation. Take the snap, take the knee, call it a night, call it a game, call it whatever. I agree with you totally. I don't think there's much left to get except for those who want to run up the score.
I knew this was over about a minute ago when you took your stat sheet and just flipped it over your shoulder in the trash can.
Yeah, that's similar to the guys cutting tape off right before the game's over. We know this thing's done.
Let's go! At their own 26-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Eddie Jackson picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. And he's going to be ripped down by the face mask at the end of this, and that's going to add 15 more onto the end of this thing. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
You gonna see me in your nightmares. Kill.
Topper!
Switch it, come on, switch it. 56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. You're not done.
To throw is Wentz. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. In for the score. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call, so that one will be accepted. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. This will be fielded at the 8. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
You don't know no better. Next week.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be taken down at the 18. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Tight end's right. Watch squeeze. Out. 3 down.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Fields. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We call it sack.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Hold us down. We're going to keep getting sacks.
So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Back to throw. Fields looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. 17 yards that time and a Washington first. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands up.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling, but inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
This will be taken in at the 1. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today, coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
That was third down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Well, let's see. Yeah, the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11. Looking to throw. Fields. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal.
Rush in. Rush in.
And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty. 1st and goal.
Check 31. Check 31.
Please.
Crunch.
That's caught at the 3. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1.
The Redskins take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 38. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Or has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected for the 2nd week in a row?
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to, because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
exactly.
there.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head. But
that's
the virtual guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
Elliott good with a PAT, and that will extend this big lead. Now after the...
Yeah. You say what?
Staying it basically the same coverage as the whole fucking game. What up, Josh?
What up?
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense.
The nigga stayed in cover 2, bro, basically the whole game, for real. Cover 2 and basically, what is it? He kept trying to get a little blitzy doing shit, but I picked that shit up.
On the way out the door, and maybe
Bro,
get
y'all
back
see
to
this
base
go
and
to this
feel a
game,
little
bro.
bit better as you end a ball game. It's been a frustrating one for you.
And we'll see if they go back to base.
So after the
incompletion, second and 10 for the 22.
Blow up.
Oh, you talking about the that nigga.
And my goodness,
Bro,
another interception.
And Champs.
Picked off by Avonte Maddox.
I seen somebody playing in Champs. I didn't know if it was, I think it was you and him.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's
click on
another
the
thing to
screen.
win
He
and put up
posted
the
that
amount
shit in
of
the
points
chat.
that they did.
Oh yeah, I seen it was like what was it? Like 21-0 when I clicked on the screen. Oh. Hey man, hold on now. You can put 100 piece on it, man.
And carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong.
Josh put 100 on this man.
Pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Eagles, it's a dream start. 2
It's
wins and 2
84 to
early
28
road
with 2
games.
minutes left in the
And
fourth
they'll have
quarter.
another road date next week with the Indianapolis
91-28
Meanwhile,
with 50
for
seconds left,
Washington,
bro.
They'll drop to 0-2, and they'll be on the
Oh
road
my
next
God.
week.
That nigga was just doing anything.